Well, we can speak to Lyse, our chief international correspondent now, and as we've been saying, she has reported extensively from the region, knows it extremely well. Lyse, it's wonderful to get you on Newsday. Just to get your thoughts, on the devastation that we're seeing there, what kind of towns have been affected, specifically in Syria?
Well, you saw the images, Kirshma. This is a people, millions of people, who were basically living in freezing cold temperatures in flimsy makeshift shelters made of plywood or plastic, whatever they could find, or they were living in tents, nothing that could protect them against the powerful force of this earthquake. And so people who were living with almost nothing now have nothing at all, if indeed they survived. And getting aid into northern Syria is such a huge obstacle course. There is only one crossing, one lifeline, which runs from Turkey. Tonight, that is absolutely choked with traffic. And there's only one crossing because powerful countries at the UN Security Council, Russia and China, have been vetoing any attempt by Western powers, by the United Nations, to allow more aid into northern Syria before this disaster happened.
As you point out, Lyse, the situation on the ground has been, difficult to say the least, even before this. Now, people there are faced with this disaster. Doctors are saying that urgent aid is required immediately. What hope do people there have?
Well, they've been living without hope for a very long time. There's been a war going on in Syria, which still drags on for more than a decade now. It used to never leave our headlines, and now Syrians do truly feel forgotten by the world. I was discussing this just last week with Syrians. They said aid is fine. It's really hard to get aid in. It's really hard to get any attention at all. There's not a corner of Syria which hasn't been touched by the war. So government-held areas of Syria, as we've been reporting, have also been hit. This is a country which is on its knees, where people live in the freezing temperatures with about 1 or 2 hours of electricity a day. All areas of Syria have been impoverished by this war. But if you look at the offers of aid, Turkey, whatever any differences world leaders have with President Erdogan, 45 countries immediately offered aid. Syria received reassurances from its powerful friends, Russia, China, Iran, some of the Arab states which have been trying to open up the cooperation or a new relationship with President Assad of Syria, like the United Arab Emirates. But these kind of natural disasters we've seen in Southeast Asia, they create opportunities to remove political enmities and obstacles. But all the signs that we have now are that it will just only deepen them, and that will be at the expense of the people.
Lyse Doucet, the BBC's chief international correspondent, thank you so much for joining us on Newsday. And just to say lots more from Lyse and our teams on the ground there on the BBC website.